Hey y'all, I just wanted to make a quick video showing the different resources that are required for the different ways to win. So I took all the blue cards, all of the science cards, green cards, and all the red cards. And then I took the costs for all of them throughout age 1 through age 3 from each of the resources, including money. All right, and so here we go. The most important thing for points is going to be your stone. Okay, the most important thing for science is going to be your gray resources, but a good chunk is going to be the wood. The most important thing for military, sure, like actual coins is 13 coins total, but the real thing is clay. So a little fight between the brown resources between stone, wood, and clay. But we look at the subtracting from the linking symbols, and we see that there's a lot of subtraction of brown resources and papyrus from points, nothing from the glass. So that leaves points for a final cost of 4 glass if you wanted to get every single blue card. This analysis is pretty flawed because it's not taking into account doubles of each resource. If a blue card, say, costs double glass, you having 1 glass, it's fine, it's going to cover one of those, but it's not going to cover the other one. And so it increases the amount of necessity to grab glass by a lot if there's any double glass or double of any of these. So but this just take counting every single glass as 1 point towards uh, needing to get glass as far as a heuristic for like is glass really important for points. It may even be more important than 4. You see this 4 and you see this 6, but if all these woods are single woods and there's 2 double glasses, then yeah, it might make more sense to make sure you have glass. Otherwise, you're never going to grab those cards that are double glass, because if your opponent's got a glass, that's going to be 6 coins for you to grab that point card. No way. All right, I think I've made enough of an argument for double resources. At that point, I'm going to make myself a little smaller so we can look at the rest of them. So the science strategy, there's a great amount of subtraction of um, the clay in the point strategy, making it so if you just from these linking symbols in the future you get the base card in age 1 and age 2, you don't need it for age 2 and age 3 for those linking symbols, and cuts out the wood or it cuts out the clay quite a bit in the point strategy. Um, Not much cutting out for wood in the linking symbols for science, making science pretty important to have wood. Still, also pretty important to have glass for science. And lastly, there's not much subtraction from linking symbols for the money costing resource for military, because that Praetorium, that 8 coin 3 shield military in age 3 is just really important to have those 8 coins. So ultimately, what can we take from this? Well, I will say it's very important to have coins and clay for a military strategy. It is very important to have wood and glass and maybe even papyrus for a science strategy. And lastly, it's very important to have stone. And so I just really went down all the ones that were red. Um, and yeah, stone and wood for the science. Maybe secondary important ones are glass for points. That's also important. Um, Iris as a secondary like thing, like okay, make sure you have papyrus for science, but the main two are, or a tertiary thing, would be the 4 papyrus you might need if you wanted to grab all of the science symbols. And if you wanted to grab every single military, and taking out the 4 subtraction from linking symbols for military, 8 subtract 4, yeah, wood's also kind of up there in importance for military. Coins are a little bit important for science in the beginning, so discard in age 1 for those age 1 cards that cost coins, but later on in the game, it's not going to be about having raw coins, it's going to be about the resources. It's always important to have raw coins. Anyways, you got the resources that you need. You know you need stone for this for the points. You know you need gray resources and wood for the science, and you need uh, go into H3 with 8 coins and not be losing in clay for military. And I think you have the basic strategy for how resources should go in Seven Wonders Duel. So in these 5 minutes, hope you learned a lot of cool little basic facts on the marketplace, the economy for Seven Wonders Duel. Thanks so much.